You think your cat is just a freeloader, napping all day and occasionally demanding a head scratch. Think again. There's a secret life happening right under your nose, especially in the kitchen. What if I told you that while you're at work, your feline friend isn't just sleeping on the counter? They're running a Michelin star restaurant. Let's pull back the curtain on the clandestine world of Chef Mittens. It all started subtly. A bag of flour mysteriously tipped over, looking less like an accident and more like a deliberate dusting for a gourmet workspace. A single egg, perfectly cracked, lay on the floor, a clear sign of culinary experimentation. At first, I blamed my own clumsiness. But then, the evidence became too compelling to ignore. One afternoon, I came home early and what did I see? My cat Bartholomew, perched on the kitchen island, staring intently at a cookbook. Not just any cookbook, Julia Child's Mastering the Art of French Cooking. He had one paw holding the page open to the coq au vin section. His tail twitched with an intensity I'd only ever seen reserved for laser pointers. He wasn't just looking at the pictures. He was studying. He was planning. The next day, the kitchen was transformed. Tiny whisks, fashioned from paper clips, were lined up. A bowl of water set next to a pile of freshly kneaded dough. Well, it was mostly just a lump with paw prints all over it. But the intention was clear. Bartholomew, wearing a chef's hat, didn't even own a folded piece of paper, really was in his element. He was no longer my pet. He was the head chef. His first official dish? A deconstructed kibble tower with a light gravy of tuna water, garnished with a single blade of grass he'd heroically dragged in from the garden. He presented it to me with a look of immense pride, meowing expectantly. I have to admit, the presentation was 10 out of 10. The taste? Well, let's just say it was an acquired one. But his passion was undeniable. Soon, his culinary ambitions grew. He started leaving me shopping lists. A dead fly on my pillow meant we need more protein. A strategically placed leaf of catnip next to the spice rack was a request for fresh herbs. It was a complex system of communication that I was slowly beginning to understand. Our kitchen was no longer mine. It was his culinary kingdom, and I was merely the sous chef, or more accurately, the ingredient procurer. He even started critiquing my cooking. If I was chopping vegetables too slowly, I'd feel a gentle but firm paw on my hand, guiding me. If my sauce wasn't simmering at the right temperature, he'd sit by the stove and give a low, disapproving growl until I adjusted it. He had standards, you see, high ones. One evening, I decided to test his skills. I left out some salmon, cream, and a few herbs. I hid a camera to see what would happen. The footage was incredible. He meticulously inspected the salmon, sniffing it with the discernment of a seasoned professional. He batted the cream carton until a small amount spilled into a bowl, then delicately mixed in the herbs with his paw. The result was a sort of salmon PD. He then tried to plate it on a tiny saucer, pushing it towards the camera with his nose. It was official. My cat was a better chef than I was. His fame started to spread. The other neighborhood cats would gather by the kitchen window, peering in, their faces a mixture of awe and envy. Bartholomew would sometimes put on a show, theatrically kneading a piece of dough or flipping a piece of dry kibble in a tiny pan. He was Gordon Ramsay, but with more fur and a much more demanding meow. His signature dish became tuna tartare la pa, a delicacy sought after by felines from miles around. Life with a cat chef is interesting. My grocery bills are strange. I buy more high-quality fish for him than I do for myself. My kitchen counters are perpetually covered in a fine layer of flour and paw prints. And I can no longer cook in peace without a furry supervisor judging my every move. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because watching him, with his little paper hat askew, completely absorbed in creating his next masterpiece, is one of the greatest joys. He's not just a pet. He's an artist. He's a culinary genius. And his restaurant, the Whiskered Bistro, is the most exclusive dining spot in town. Reservations are impossible to get, unless, of course, you're the one who buys the groceries. So next time you see your cat staring blankly at a wall, don't be so quick to judge. They might not be daydreaming about chasing mice. They might be composing their next great recipe, planning a 5-course meal that you'll never be worthy enough to taste. The culinary world is full of surprises, and the next great chef might just be sleeping on your couch right now. Thanks for watching our little tribute to the secret chefs in our lives. If you have a furry culinary artist at home, tell us about their signature dish in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tales from the hidden world of pets. See you next time.